Most creators know an email list is their most valuable asset, yet they spend 95% of their time creating social media content while neglecting the very thing that drives their revenue. Because your email list isn't just another marketing channel. It's the backbone of your entire creator business. It's where readers transform into fans and fans into customers. But let's be honest, writing thoughtful, engaging newsletters can feel like a burden when you're already creating content for multiple platforms, especially if you have a full-time job, family responsibilities, and only an hour a day to dedicate to your business. That's why today I will show you how to create personalized, high-impact newsletter from your ideas using Kortex AI to maintain your authentic voice without sacrificing quality or hours of your time. And I basically discovered the system during my recent caffeine detox when my brain was operating at half capacity. Despite the mental fog, I was able to consistently deliver value to my subscribers because I had this workflow in place. It literally saved my content creation that month. By the end of this video, you will have a complete system for transforming your thought into compelling newsletters in a fraction of the time it normally takes. So part 1, understanding the balance between AI and human creation. Before we dive in the specifics of this workflow, I want to share with you my philosophy about using AI for content creation because this mindset is crucial. When you use AI to assist your writing, you're making a trade-off. You're exchanging time and efficiency for personal learning and skill acquisition. This isn't inherently good or bad. It's just a strategic decision. My approach is to see AI as your personal marketing team. As a business owner, you need to allocate your resources strategically depending on your projects and the time you have available. If you're not a full-time creator, if you have children, a job, and only 1 hour a day for your creative business, leveraging AI to speed up certain processes is simply smart. And the key is finding balance. I recommend having a rule of trying to delegate to AI only things that you've already done yourself. This way, AI becomes an amplifier of your existing skills and not a replacement. Remember that being a creator involves more than romanticizing the writer's life. The reality includes growing an audience, creating products, and building a business. Successful entrepreneurs build systems and processes that work for them, giving them leverage and freedom. So now let's talk about why newsletters deserve your attention. Because while social platforms can change algorithms overnight, your email list is something you own. It's direct access to your audience without intermediaries. And the conversion rate for emails are consistently higher than social media, and it allows for deeper, more meaningful conversations with your audience. To create this newsletter efficiently, we'll be using a 5-step workflow. First, it will be resource gathering, then we have the ideation phase, then we're going to do the outlining, the first draft, and then an overall analysis and review. And what makes this workflow special is how we'll integrate Kortex AI at each step to dramatically reduce the time investment while maintaining quality. So, part 2, setting up your Kortex AI environment. The first thing we need to do is to create a document that captures your unique writing style and voice. This is what will make your AI-assisted newsletters sound like you wrote them. So let me show you how to do this using Kortex Replicate Any Voice and Writing Style Innate Prompt. This is the built-in feature that you automatically have when you open the chat function. So let's do that first. So I'm going to expand the sidebar and then open a new chat in a pane. Then I'm going to close it. Here, as you can see, you have the Replicate Any Voice and Writing Style prompt. So I'm just going to click on it. So now, we'll need to reference examples of our own writing. And if you've already written newsletters or blog posts, you can just add them as context by clicking Add Context and selecting those documents. So here, as you can see, you have a dedicated place that you can add. So I'm going to tag a document. So I will take multiple newsletters I've written. So now we're just going to send it and wait for the results. So when you run this prompt, AI will analyze your writing and create a detailed document that outlines your stylistic patterns, word choices, sentence structures, and overall tone. As you can see, it creates this very in-depth document analyzing everything. Because I gave it 3 newsletters, it did this very, very long document, but that's basically my entire writing style guide for the AI. So now I'm just going to click there at the bottom and create a new document. Of course, I could take the time to check out what the AI wrote and maybe tweak some things here and out, but I'm not going to do that for the purpose of this video. So I'm just going to click here and create a new document with this. So as you can see, this analysis might include the sentence length and structure's preference, the vocabulary choices and recurring phrases, the tone, the use of metaphors and analogies, the paragraph structure and transition, and how you open and close your writing. So this document, as I said, will become your style guide. We'll reference it throughout the process to ensure everything we create maintains our authentic voice. So next, let's organize our reference documents in Kortex. So you will want to have your writing style analysis, any content template that you use that you want maybe to reference to AI, successful past newsletters, and any audience data or feedback you've collected. So I'm just going to open the sidebar and I will take the document that has been created here. I will open it in a pane. Having this organized and ready will speed up our workflow significantly. So that's why I recommend creating a specific folder in your Kortex workspace called resources to keep everything easily accessible. So here, as you can see, I have this resources document and I have a reference part where I basically put all of my documents that I use for reference for AI. So as you can see, I already had my own writing style. I did it for tweets, but here it's for newsletters. So I'm just going to put it well here. And now we have it. So as I said, you should add this to your resources folder. And if you want to know how to use the para method inside Kortex and want to learn more about how to organize your notes for maximum productivity and creativity, you can check out my video on my hybrid organization system inside Kortex. So now let's move on to part 3, the 5-step newsletter workflow. So the first step is the resource collection and ideation. So here you have multiple options. The first option is to use the Kortex Capture feature to save ideas as they come to you throughout the day and the week. This could be coming from articles you've read, thoughts you had, or questions from your audience. The second option is to record a voice note about your topic. Kortex allows you to transcribe voice notes directly within the app. And this is particularly helpful when you're short on time or energy. So here, if I open the sidebar and I create a new chat, as you can see here, I have this little transcribe button, and if I click on it, it will start recording my voice and transcribe it as text. Option 3, have AI ask you questions to deepen your thinking about a subject. This can help you explore angles you might not have considered. And option 4, if you're completely stuck, you can use the AI ID generation process that I covered in my Generate Unlimited Viral Content Ideas video, and I will link that video in the description if you need help with ideation. I will give you 3 very advanced prompts to generate ideas for your creator business. So for this demonstration, let's say I have an idea about the hidden benefits of building in public. I might jot down a few bullet points about accountability and consistency, the real-time feedback from the audience, building trust through transparency, and documenting your journey for future content. As I said, I could have AI ask me questions about this topic to develop it further. The key here is flexibility. Use whatever method helps you capture your thought most efficiently. So now step 2, structure outlining. Next, we'll transform this raw idea into a structured outline using the APAG framework. So this framework stands for attention to hook the reader, perspective to share your unique viewpoint, advantage to explain the benefits of the perspective that you just shared, and then gamify, make taking action appealing. So this framework works exceptionally well for newsletters because it engages readers and leads them to action in a natural way. So for this step, we'll use a more advanced prompt that leverages proven prompt engineering techniques. In the same chat, I will add this prompt. So here is the prompt. I will just copy paste it. And then I will copy paste the ID that we discussed above about the hidden benefits of building in public. So I will copy that here, and here insert this document. So now we're going to add some context, and here we'll add the Noah's Ark writing style guide, and that's basically it. So now I will send it. So here, as you can see, it created this newsletter outline with multiple hook ideas, the perspective from the bullet points that we gave before, and a gamify part with multiple options. So if I want now to rework this outline, that's basically what you should do. You should basically now take this outline and rework it as you want. So for example, you can add added benefits in the advantage section. You can add things in the perspective. You can select the hook that you prefer, and you can also as well adapt the gamify section. Now for the purpose of this video, I'm not going to rework this much more, but you get the idea. Of course, the more feedback you will give to AI, the better the final output will be. So this enhanced prompt delivers a much more strategic outline that follows proven newsletter structure used by top creators. And the AI will organize my thought while maintaining my unique angle and voice. So when I get the outline back, I will review it, as I said, to make it sure it flows logically and captures all my key points. And I might adjust certain sections or add additional ideas I want to include. The beauty of this approach is that I'm not starting from a blank page. I'm refining something that already has structure. So now step 3, the first draft creation. And here comes the exciting part. You can turn our outline into a complete first draft. So we are going to continue in the same chat to maintain context. And as I said, we're going to add the writing style documents along with the outline we just created. So I've already added it. And now we're going to also, if we want, select existing notes from our workspace or your Zettelkasten system to fit the content of your newsletter. And if you're not familiar with the Zettelkasten method, you can check out my video on the note-taking system that can turn anyone into a genius, to discover the system I used for note-taking and how to apply it in Kortex. So here, as you can see, my favorite, I have this My Galaxy folder, and if I open it, I have hundreds of notes that I've taken using the Zettelkasten method, and I can basically reference any of these notes inside my AI chat to have AI use them as context and write content for me. So here, as I said, I'm not going to refine this outline and this newsletter content much more, but I could do it. And that's what I will advise you to do if you're going to use AI to write newsletter for you. Because the thing with AI is the more context it has and the more you are strategically guiding it towards your desired outcome with your vision and taste, the better the final output will be. So now we're going to use these prompts, and we're just going to copy paste it. So as you can see, Claude generated a complete first draft that follows my outline but sounds like I wrote it. This is the magic moment where your initial ideas transform into a newsletter draft, and it even kept my specific way to end newsletter. I always say welcome back to the org, and this way, as you can see, thanks to the writing style document that we've created just before, it kept that in mind, and it also keep using my way of writing. So here, as you can see, I have an entire newsletter on the subject. So the next step is the analysis and review step. So with our draft in hand, it's time for critical evaluation. So now, continuing in the same chat, we're going to prompt this to analyze the newsletter draft and have feedback on the structure and flow, the engagement factors, the clarity of message, the persuasiveness, and any areas that could be strengthened or clarified. Honestly, I started to read the intro of this newsletter that the AI wrote, and honestly, I haven't given it much context. It's just an idea and a few bullet points, and I didn't even give it like much more notes or things like that. And honestly, this intro here is pretty good. Like, it's really similar to my writing style. And honestly, like, the intro is just great. And here, all the points are very pertinent. And I actually agree with like most of what is written here. And because I gave it my writing style and it knows what I wrote about and stuff, it includes stuff like developing Zettelkasten, the Kortex, my thought process, and stuff like that. Of course, there is for sure things that I need to review in this newsletter, but you have the idea. So let's try this prompt. I'm going to copy that and send it. So this feedback will give us an objective analysis that helps us identify weaknesses that we might miss. But remember, even with AI assistance, your final review is essential. So look for places where you can add personal touches that only you will know to include. So here, as you can see, I have this whole analysis on all of the different factors that we asked it to analyze. And here, now we can go to the step 5, the optimized final version. So based on the analysis, we'll now create an optimized version, and still in the same chat to maintain all previous context, we're going to use this prompt. So we're just going to ask it to create an improved version and to focus particularly on strengthening the opening, adding more concrete examples, enhancing the personal connection, making the call to action more compelling, and maintaining my authentic voice. So let's send that. And here we're going to have AI write a second version of our newsletter. So now the result is a polished newsletter that began as a simple idea, but now reads like you spent hours crafting it. You can make any final personal adjustment before sending. And now we're going to part 4, making it your own. Because what I love about this system is its flexibility. You can use it in different ways depending on your needs. You can use the full AI workflow and use AI for each step when you're short on time or energy. You can have an hybrid approach where perhaps you will write the first draft yourself but use AI for outlining and optimization. Or you can have this strategic delegation thinking where you use AI for the parts of writing you find challenging and do yourself the parts you enjoy or excel at. So here's my rule of thumb for when to do it yourself versus when to use AI. You should really do it yourself when you're learning about a new topic and want to deepen your understanding. That's why when you're using the Zettelkasten method, you always write your notes in your own words and you don't use AI to summarize it for you, because that's the process of trying to write it yourself and trying to absorb it that will really make you understand and absorb the knowledge. That's the principle of having difficulty. If you don't have any difficulty when learning and everything is easy, you will just don't remember what you're trying to learn. So that's very important. Of course, when you're sharing personal story that only you know the details of, you should do it yourself, because AI can't really invent your life for you. And also when you're working through complex ideas and need the clarity that comes from articulation. Now, I advise you to use AI assistants when you're short on time but still want to deliver value, you're repurposing content you've already created, you're struggling with writer's block, and you're handling more technical aspects like optimization. What you can do is that, as I said, you can go from your notes. If you're having a Zettelkasten system, you can just take some of your notes, give it to AI, ask it to organize it using the process I just showed you, and then you have a very amazing newsletter that is coming from your notes and that will provide a lot of value for your audience. This system saves time and creates leverage in your business. The hours you save can be then invested in creating products, connecting with your audience, or simply living your life outside of content creation. So, to conclude, let's recap what we've covered. So first, the first step is to create a document that captures your unique writing style, then use different methods to generate and develop ideas, then structure your ideas with the APAG framework, then generate a first draft that sounds like you, and then analyze and optimize your newsletter. This system allows you to maintain deep connection with your audience without sacrificing hours of your time. And the goal here is being strategic with your most valuable resource, which is of course your time. And if you want to implement this entire system, I've put together something special for you. I've created Noah's Ark Bank, which includes all of my Kortex templates, AI prompts, and workflows. So you will have everything you've seen in this video and much more for free that you can just, with one click, duplicate to your Kortex workspace. So just click the link in the description to get instant access, and you will be able to create high impact newsletter in minutes and not hours, and apply all of the system that I show in this video. So if you found this video helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe for more content on leveraging Kortex and AI to build your creator business. You can also drop a comment below to let me know what type of content you would like to see next. And if you want to learn more about how to create and learn twice as fast in half the time, you can check out the video appearing on your screen right now. So thanks for watching and welcome back to Noah's Ark. Bye.